Hi Cancer, hey, greetings and thank you for joining me. This is your July 2021 reading. Today is the 10th of June here in New Zealand. I thought that was quite poignant that I've picked the day of the full solar eclipse, the partner of the eclipse from the 26th of May, which was the super blood moon lunar eclipse. So I'm tying these energies in for you within the reading. And interestingly enough, the work that I started doing for you before the reading, just connecting intuitively, it did seem to come up with some feelings of deep change coming your way, or you wanting to make some change at various levels. And I really do feel that these eclipses may be pulling at your emotional and spiritual realms, if you like. We are still moving full on into fairly intense planetary alignments and activations of with the outer planets in particular, and Saturn, who's the Lord of Karma. So there's a lot of levels of activity that are taking place at the personal, the individual such as yourself, but also the interpersonal and the cosmic and the galactic, and for the whole world, including the people who live on it and Gaia herself. So we are going through this period of immense change. We're moving forward constantly, but at this point in time, the speed and the pace of which we're moving forward has been heightened. It's been extrapolated out much further. We are being given more options, more potentiality for different timelines, and we are spreading our wings, I think you could say, in terms of how the future will go and where it will take us. Now that noise in the background is a little puppy. Lulu is her name. She is happy to sit in the room. She doesn't like to be out on her own. In fact, there are 3 animals in the room. There is Stevie, Lulu and Nacho. You have a reading with animals that is going on as well. I'll monitor that noise, and if it gets too if it gets too over the top, I'll remove that particular toy. So coming to some of the work that I did for you, I got the feeling that some of you may be, as I say, going through a bit of a dark phase, or something that is shaking you up, literally, and it could be inner shaking you up, like it's bubbling away from the inside, unlike that noise we're hearing in the background. But she's sitting there, Lulu, shaking this toy vigorously from side to side, as if she's trying to shake something out, like, I want it moved aside. And this was the feeling I got for a lot of you guys. You're wanting something expelled or expunged or opened up, and it could be emotional trauma, or it could be past life stuff that is coming to the surface. For some of you, this is about relationships. For others, it's about the state of where you are in life and how you got there. Is it where you want to be? For others of you, this is about health issues that may have been like a murky mire in the background that have been holding you down as well. So I've written here, it's like traveling into a dark area, something that's been hiding in the background. And I personally feel these 2 eclipses may be profound in bringing this to the surface for you. Look around at what you have to bring in appreciation. So if some of you are frustrated at what you feel you haven't got at this point in time, look to see what you have got, because that's very important. And there was a mantra that came to mind, and it said, I let go of lack. I look at the blessings in my life with joy and satisfaction. And then I also got the message for you to tap into cosmic ideas to bring about manifestation. So if you are actually wanting more manifestation in your life, or more change, or to be rid of something, or to have more creativity, then tap into the cosmic ideas through your higher self, or through dreams, or through meditation, or something along those lines. So if we look now at these 3 decks of cards, a colourful blend that they're offering on the table here. This is the Star Tarot, so it's a full tarot deck. The next one is the Energy Oracle card by Sandra Ann Taylor. And the third one is one of my favourites, the Chakra Insight deck. So we will work with these 3 decks of cards. And I will just put these 2 over here for now. She's at it again, shaking that thing furiously. Do you know, it's really interesting. The minute if you've got pets, you might understand this yourself, but the minute you settle down to do something specific that isn't around them and they're not getting attention, they make it so that you will give them some form of attention. And I know children are very much the same. Often you would get a phone call or you would be doing something when your children are very young, and the minute you do that, they're on you. They're trying to get your attention. So I will actually take that off Lulu because it is very distracting. So just sit there, wait for a minute, take a deep breath, do a bit of meditation, ponder upon something. So I thought while I took that toy off her, I would then give you a quick video to show you of what they're doing in the room, of how they're playing around. So anyhow, Cancer, it is coming up to your birthday season too as well soon, and I think that this full moon and eclipse, rather, the 2 eclipses may be playing a role in some of the decisions you'll be making and the energy that you want to put forward. So your first card out is the Hanged Woman, they call it in this deck. It doesn't really matter if it's the Hanged Man or Woman. It's very much up in that purple violet area, which is the third eye, the crown chakra, and we just talked about that in many ways when I said to you, if you want to tap into the cosmic ideas to bring forth manifestation, you might be able to do this. It's also a major arcana card for you. Then we have the 4 of coins, which has come out reversed. We have the 2 of cups, very nice. We have the 2 of swords. We have the Ace of Cups, so a major arcana and an ace and 2 twos. Actually, before you also got a 2 that had come out as well when I was working with some other cards for you. So let's just have a look at these again, do a little bit more here. This amethyst is working really well with that colour palette up there, and it will actually activate it a little bit as well. You guys know how I love crystals and working with them and the power of them as well. So sometimes just get called to put a crystal into the reading. I've stopped coming quite so much now. You were getting a lot of jumpers in the first instance. Oh, hello. As soon as I say that, it happens. The High Priestess, another major arcana. So if we're looking in terms of colours here, we've got 2 sacral chakras. We have a solar plexus, we have a base chakra, a heart chakra, and we have the third eye or the crown chakra, possibly either of those 2. So you're actually getting a really good mix of chakra energy coming through these cards. Oh wow, and the Fool as well came in on the side, which sometimes means that the journey is only beginning to unfold or steady itself down into this paradigm or this timeline. And we talked before about how timelines are much more available and that there's an overflowing of options now moving forward, whereas I feel, and if we go back historically, life was much more linear than it is today. We've expanded our reality through the ability to understand concepts of time, and also through the awareness of the cosmic connection and things such as the timeline scenario. So we are able to project our thoughts, feelings, realities and manifestations into the future view field more than we ever could in the past. And I'm not talking just about 2 years ago or 5 years. I'm referring as a whole, as a humanity, we were very limited in this recent timeline, so of 2,000 years and moving forward. I think before that we had far more advancement and understanding of the nature of the cosmos and how we are so interconnected and how our energy fields are entwined, and we think back to timelines like Atlantis and Lemuria. But as we came into this realm and into this timeline to experience whatever hardships and lessons we're learning through this. We were very grounded, we were very stuck at a certain spiritual level of closure. So we have opened the doors to that and we are expanding again. So the Fool being on its side and having it just ready to come in indicates, as we were talking about earlier, that there is this possibility of new way forward for you. But let's take a look at these cards in the context of what they're trying to tell us here. So 3 major arcanas, which is quite a lot for 3 normal minor arcanas, if you like, and 1 ace. You've got some of the very beloved cards that have come out, especially in terms of this Ace of Cups and this 2 of Cups over here. Also, one of my favourites, the Fool, and even the High Priestess. The Hanged Woman is a little bit more about contemplation of evolution, or contemplation of a system or a stage, or where you're wanting to head to. It can mean a crossroads that you're coming to and thinking about, do I go left or right? It can also be a timing reference to say that there can be a hold up in some of the procedures that you are wanting to have moved forward. It's usually a card that denotes a degree of spiritual epiphany and some sort of awakening or awareness. And given it was the first card out of the deck, and we've put the crystal on it, so we're magnifying that power even more. And for some reason it ended up sitting on its own, yet these have all been paired up into a unified square formation, as such, a square or rectangle formation. So this one is taking a great control over the reading, and I'm pondering, does it mean you're at the stage where you are wanting to contemplate your next move, and could it be so intense that it takes you on this journey of the Fool, which is about the beginnings of something new. Now the Fool is very much about yourself as well, so it's you deciding what you want for you, not for the need of others and not because others want you to do it. But you notice that it was the last card that came in, and it was also on its side, meaning it hadn't quite matured yet. It was taking its time to reach that understanding or complexity of its awareness. And we had these 2 twos up here. Oftentimes this means the need to bring in balance, which is also what the Hanged Person card is about. You know, he or she, him or it, is hanging from this tree. This one looks like a cocoon, almost like a butterfly. I'll push the phone down a bit closer for you, because the cards are really nice to actually see. This one here is a little bit like a cocoon, but hanging with this incredible balance. So when we take the time to slow down and balance, we can see much more perspective, or a scope perhaps within our life, and what these desires are, and the plans and the ideas can form and take shape and then transform into something new. So there's these 2 inferences over here of the desire for balance as well. Now I can't help but see, and it's just out of your view, but I'll pull it up for you, this is a Lemurian seed crystal. It's a Mandarin one. They're quite difficult to come across. It has these striations on the side of it. If you have a look there, you see these like bar codings on the side of it. It's not actually that easy to see, but these are energized stones that bring in energy from past timelines and help you to clear issues in the here and now. Now this one is also really interesting because it has, it's a little bit like a loose tooth. In here is a key, and so it has the half of a key, and it is often keyed open, so it activates opening and awareness. And I want to put it on these 2 cards here because it matches the color palette. Now oftentimes this type of energy here is going back into past lives, and we talked about karma being such a representative going on at the moment due to Saturn, and this card in particular is about romances or partnerships or love partnerships or twin flame energy, even like deep, deep committed relationships that may have been present over a very long period of time. So this reading is going incredibly deep. It's moving through the here and now, it's moving into the future, which is the likes of the Fool, but it seems to be working back in time as well. So this reading could help you to ponder and bring about some healing around things like relationships or pain within the heart. And of course the heart card, if you like, the heart chakra energy card, this one here, the Four of Coins, is reversed, but none of the others are. And he holds these coins across his heart like a shield. So some of you may have been shielding your heart from the pain or the grief or trauma of love and being too afraid to let love in because you may have been hurt previously. And this could be going back to times like the Lemurian or Atlantis energy times. It could even be other times. But this key activator, if you like, could be helping to bring energy into these two cards, because I'm using that orange chakra energy, which is the sacral chakra, which is our creative zone, but it's also our deeply personal, intimate part of the body. It's also the sexual zone of the body where we connect with another person at a very intimate, special level. So there could be healing required for there as well, and there may be an opening that comes. There may be a relaxing of tension or past trauma associated in the body with this. Now this can be things like sexual trauma or pain, physical, but it can also be things like sexual diseases that may have been passed down family lines as well, because they, over a period of many, many generations, they carry through the DNA of family lines and they create their own trauma at many different levels, including emotional, physical, spiritual, and so on. So there could be a great healing taking place here. And because of today being June the 10th, on the day of this massively powerful second half of the eclipse, the whole thing is like it's unfolding as a mammoth, powerful reading for you. So this Four of Coins, as I say, he is hiding his heart from being free of this ability to let go and to give and to experience and to receive as well. Now, there was something in those messages that I had for you guys that said, look around at what you have to bring an appreciation, and I let go of lack. I look at the blessings in my life with joy and satisfaction. And if you can let go, then this here, what that you're holding on to, will open up and flourish. Now it may also relate to financial implications as well. Some of you may have held money very dear to your heart, and that may have taken the place of deep romantic or deep bonded love relationships. Some of you may have felt a lack of money in your life because of this closing down of the heart energy center. See, all things are interrelated. Nothing stands secular on its own. All parts of us function through the other area of ourself. What I really, really like about your reading is that you have literally got nearly the whole aspect of the color palette here with the different chakra cards that have come in. So this could also be viewed in a way that each of these chakras that are represented here may require work or loosening up or freeing, and that could free you from being held down or trapped or in a place of feeling lack or feeling fear or feeling something negative. You can do that through meditation, you can do it through diet, you can do it through wearing these colors, you can do it through listening to certain hertz frequencies that are encoded with these type of colors for these specific chakra points as well. Now if we come back to, let's quickly go to the Two of Swords. This is often about making decisions and being at a crossroad, and of course we've had this over here with the Hanged Man as well. So you have two messages in here about this crossroad decision that you may be pondering upon, and it could be something to do with finances, money, career, or it could be something to do with relationships. Now if we come down here we see the Ace of Cups. Honestly, people just love to get this card in their reading. It is one of the most beloved that there is. Then next to it we have the High Priestess and the Fool. This row down here is very, very powerful. It's exuding a strength to everything else. But this card as well, the Two of Cups, is also a beloved card that people want in. Now these two are sort of crossing each other here at the diagonal. They could be referred to as an energy transfer that is going on between them. So this could mean a bonded, deep relationship that you have in your life or that you are about to experience. It could be an intimate partner. It doesn't have to be. It could be a family member, a sibling, a child. It could be a parent, a grandparent, a cousin. It could be a work colleague. It could be a friend. Everyone who comes into our life comes in for a reason, and usually for a season, but some are far deeper than others, and these two here indicate a depth of power, a depth of, it will get to you, it will open your energy fields, it will bring about the experience of love, euphoria, bliss, harmony, positivity, joy. All of those perceptions and energy fields are available if you are there and in the place to uplift them and feel them and understand them. There's another glorious orange stone that I'd like to put up here as well, or on that card. That's a carnelian. This Ace of Cups can often be referred to as the gift of some blessing coming in from the cosmic realm, and sometimes it can mean creativity coming to you, or the gift of a union. We've talked briefly, I've mentioned twin flame. It can be a deep soulmate. It can be the healing of maybe relationships that are already existing in your life that have been hurt or damaged or had some heart pain or trauma, so that you may be working on this and bringing a healing capacity to them as well. Now is a good time to do this if this is what you would like to look into. We have the High Priestess. She is about knowledge and understanding esoteric knowledge. She's also showing great power here with the solar plexus chakra, so she has some energy that she is vibing out to the other cards as well. Her knowledge is cosmic, it's profound, it's the understanding of your journey of life, of who you are, what you want, how to make that manifestation come into your life. And right next to her sits this Fool card, which is also about understanding the you and what you want and where you're headed, and this preparedness to take the first steps of the journey to become more powerful in you. And as I say, these three cards right down here are exuding this graceful, very, very graceful power that is pushing up and extending to these cards at the top that are also aligning themselves with extras, I think, as part of the parcel for you. Now, I was going to say part of the parcel for this month, but this is way beyond a month's reading. This is far more intense and far more profound. It's offering you insight if you take the time to dive deep and to spend time in your mind or in your spiritual body, and to see what it really is that you are seeking, or what you would like to open up to, or what you would like to accept into your life, because there's a lot of energy in here that gives you exactly those propensities. So I think I may have covered off just briefly everything within those fields that I'm talking about. So if we put them to the side, and I will very quickly look at these cards for you and see what comes in here for Cancer for July. You know, we are certainly in times of immense change. There's the World card. I have actually picked these up upside down anyhow, so I will spin them around and put them the right way. The World is your oyster is often the meaning with this card, and it does take a little bit of contemplation, and it is in the dark. And remember I said to you, I felt as though you were in the dark, as if you were traveling into a dark area or something that's been hiding in the background, and literally the world is in the background here. You're contemplating what it is that you would like to do to bring change about, and that's exactly what the Fool is, this beginning journey of the world, which is your oyster, if you open up to it, and if you let the sun in, or if you see it through clear eyes or with a lighter vision. What else is in here for Cancer for July? Applying a strategy. I think strategies are often underrated in today's world, and that's about journaling as well. We also see money here. So putting a plan into place and having a strategy could be very beneficial for you if you are wanting to take this new journey and are wondering where to start and what changes to make. Adjacent possibilities, yin-yang imbalance, wow, caring connections. And you know, we've already had this literally with the Two of Cups up here, so you're being gifted it again. So there's a lot of power in this for love, for support, for nurture, for a profound opening, for an awakening, for an awareness, for a mega jump in your vibrational field. Because when we experience these possibilities like balance, we started with balance, of course, with this card. So the Hanged Person and the Two of Swords all talking about balance, and now you have balance again with the 22, the yin yang coming out. And of course this again could be considered the perfect partnership. This is like the soul union, the forming together. Wow, this is really intense for you guys here. I think I'd like you all to just ponder upon what the meanings are yourself as well, because there's some sort of vibration that's coming from here that is indicating you are possibly on a journey of finding incredible balance, not necessarily just with a partner, but also within yourself. And that for some of you, this could be a very new journey and a new beginning. Sometimes it might be with a new partner, in which some of you may be leaving behind something else to move into this new partnership. It does say here there are adjacent possibilities for you in whatever you are thinking about. Now remember, this doesn't just have to be relationships. It could be about career opportunities. It could also be about health. These two, this card here in particular, can represent business opportunities and career opportunities, and forming a business with someone who, when the business is opened, it becomes very, very successful. Really, really powerful, special, beautiful reading you've been gifted, guys. It is an absolute charm to be doing this one for you. I feel as if I'm skimming the surface a little bit, but these are general readings and I don't like to go on for too long. Desires is coming into it, so there may be a physical desire for you. The one I haven't really mentioned much was the High Priestess. She can very much be about fertility, conception, you know, feeling sated in life, having bounty around you, having harmony and balance, pleasure, also sexual attraction and chemistry as well. Now that could be desires. This card sort of shows physical desires, which of course could come about through this Two of Cups, the connections card. But it also talks about goals, passion, craving and fulfillment. This again is in the sacral area of the body, which we feel we had quite a lot of that energy happening before with the twos bringing in balance. So some of these desires might be needing to be balanced and brought into some sort of understanding. So don't let the desires take over. Don't, you know, I just keep getting the message of bring balance into this as you move forward into this new you, this new concept, this new arena, the new things that are potentially happening around you. And I feel love coming, but it's a love that could be extrapolated from your own soul, and it's a love of giving out, not necessarily just to one other person, to yourself and to a broader expanse, if you like. We've also got dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. You may get messages, signs, symbols and guidance. That's that message. Tap into the cosmic ideas to bring manifestation, which I told you about at the first. And then you've got pretty much the epitome of the top card, which again takes us back to the very first card that came, the Hanged Woman, in the same colour palette with this beautiful divine purple colour. And it says interconnection, expansion, oneness, light, divine consciousness. And the hanged person is going through a process of feeling some sort of awakening through the spiritual apex of their body, mind and soul, and coming to a realization of an aspect of their journey in this physical incarnation of life. So there is this potential explosion of energy or realization or activation for some of you, and it's coming in at so many different levels, but it's definitely surrounded by and includes the vibe of love. So love in its many forms, however that love is coming in, is represented highly in this month of July for you guys. So an absolutely beautiful reading for you, and I feel it could have gone deeper and deeper, but we're already quite a long way into it. So I'm going to stop it there for you, and I do wish for you all to just come back and listen to it whenever you feel the need, because it is truly magnificent. I love it when you leave your comments. Thank you for subbing the channel, and if any of you are interested in crystals, take a look at the link below the video, and you might be able to find yourself your own beautiful crystals with which to utilize and harmonize your own energy fields as well. Much love everyone. Namaste.